Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
So guys, today we are going to be talking about goals. Setting goals for the next year. It's almost 2020. We have to set our goals for the next year. At least that's what I always do. And I will be talking about why you should do this, like what are the benefits and why it's important, and how I do this and how you should do this as well. So let's start with why it's important and how you should set goals. So it's important to set goals every year because by setting goals you actually write the goals in your brain, and by doing that your brain can prepare to actually reach the goals next year. So your brain knows what's coming. He activates you and himself to actually reach the goal, to work harder. So if you set goals, you actually work harder and you are more likely to get stuff done if you set goals. Because again, your brain knows what's coming. He works to it. He knows where he has to go. He knows what to do. But if you don't set clear goals, your brain is like, oh, do I want to reach that? Do I want to reach that? What should I do? And it's like, you do not notice it. It's not in your control. It's your brain himself that's doing that. You don't even know he's doing that because it's not your concern, actually. So, now, how should you do? How should you set goals? Some people set goals by thinking about it for 5 minutes. I want to reach that and that and that and that. And that's it. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. If you do that, 5 minutes, you will actually forget. Your brain will forget. It isn't written in your brain, literally. So it's better than not setting goals, but if you set goals, do it correctly. Because it will actually activate your brain a little bit better than not setting goals, of course. Because it knows a little bit what's coming. You can remember it a little bit. But if you just do 5 minutes, it's little chance that your brain remembers it. And it writes it in him. So you should spend a full on 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes thinking about your goals. Writing them all down. Putting them in a program like I do. Tell you about that later on. So you have to think about it for 15 minutes. Because then you actually have to think about it. You have to calculate, can I reach it in this time? Can I reach it in the time that I have? Can I actually reach it? Am I capable of reaching it? Do I really want to reach it? Am I sure that I want to reach it in over 5 months? Or did I lose my motivation if I would set this goal? You have to think about it. It's not easy to set goals. It's not hard, but you just have to take your time. You have to think about it really good, because it's an important thing. So, now how do I set my goals, and what are my goals for the next year, 2020? So I use this program called Bitrix. I can put my goals, tasks, everything. You gotta check it. It's a really good program. It's for free. So let me actually call my goals for this year or for next year. So my first goal is reach 100 followers on my Instagram. So that's what I'm going to reach. I know I can. I know I have to do my best if I want to, but I want to do it. I think it's a big thing for me right here. So the next thing, number 2, is master 2 new skills. So I have to master 2 new skills. Master is a big word, but I want to know them. I want to work on it independently, without help. Actually understanding what I'm doing. That's what I mean by master it. The third one, have Uitenbroek BP up and running. So that's my business and programming business. That's just, I'll explain about that later on. Not in this audio experience, but in the probably later on, or you can just DM me if you want to know what I'm going to do with that. Number 4, finish 5 RPA courses. So yeah, that's a cool one. I'm sure I can reach it. Again, I have to do my best, but I'll reach them. I'm sure about that. Then get business connections. So build up a connection circle with friends in the industry that you are working in, that you have your business in, you are interested in. Because if you do that, you can set yourself on the map, and people get to know you a lot, and then that's when you grow, basically. So number 6, learn Python coding. So that's my next thing that I want to do. It's probably not the first thing that I want to do. First, finish my RPA, because doing 2 skills at a time is not really good. You have to focus on one thing, finish that, then go on to the next one. And number 7, master myself. What I mean by that is fully control myself and my brain. And that's something I'm really interested in, how people control themselves, how people react to things, and how the brain works of people. If you know how the brain works for people, you can basically control them. And that's a cool thing. But first, start controlling myself. So I want to completely have control over my emotions and stuff. That's what I'm learning right here. Reading my books about it. Neuro-linguistic programming. I'll put up some more content of that as well, because I find that really interesting. What I also, by mastering myself, I mean my mental health. That's completely fine. I think I'm living my happiest life right here, doing what I like all day, all night. Having a good sleep schedule at the moment. Going to bed around 9 o'clock, going to bed at 30 past, 8:30. Sleep, then I'm reading my book about neuro-linguistic programming, then I sleep, when it's 9 o'clock, 9:15, so something like that. Then I wake up at 30 past 5. I most of the times learn some RPA or do some reading, create content, all that stuff. I learn other skills, all that stuff. And my physical health is actually good as well. I've got a good enough eating schedule. Not really a schedule, but my eating, I don't eat unhealthy, really. I eat at least 1 piece of fruit a day. Every evening I eat my vegetables, and I do eat meat a lot, almost every evening. So that's not a good thing, actually. That's my only less point. I work out, I do sports. I do soccer, all that stuff. Sometimes, at least mountain biking is something I like as well. And yeah, it's just mastering myself is just get my shit together. Like, I do have my shit together right now. I've never lost my shit actually, but I just want to get full control of myself. So you can never lose yourself if you do that. You know? So that was my audio experience from today about setting goals. I hope you liked it. So, peace out.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.